That's
he was
amazing.
so happy.
That's amazing.
He lives up here now, and he goes, and then there's
It's clean-ish.
yeah. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Falcons Corner. Voice of the Falcons, Mike Rickert. A big welcome back to the good guy that know, Danny Berg, back in his familiar spot. Welcome
Feels
back.
comfortable.
And then triple threat.
Tom kept it comfortable.
Yep, triple threat Tom kept it comfortable, the SID, and he is now back standing behind the camera.
In my proper
He's
spot.
back behind the camera. It's been over a month for me.
Yeah.
I mean, I only did miss 2 shows, but it's still been a month.
I heard you were holding out. There's some contract renegotiations going on and different things like that.
Yeah, this time I did not get suspended and I didn't have to break through the caution hash.
It was your own self-issued suspension because you held out for more.
Yeah, I was holding out for more. I mean, it is a contract year. I held out. We'll see if it pays off.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
new contract, more pressure.
Yeah, not quite what I wanted,
but I think you could handle it.
Well, we'll see. We got another 3 months, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a 3 months extension.
Yeah,
it's like extending your lease.
Well, it's nice to have you back because we get to spend some time before the show to catch up on
which
some
we
things.
did.
So we spend a nice 30 minutes of talking, which means we're going to limit the time of the show because we have actual work to do.
We have other work to do.
Yes, exactly. So let's start off with wrestling. Wrestling had a very good weekend this past weekend. They were at Penn State Mount Alta, as me and Tom alluded to last week. Tom, I got a haircut though.
You did. I did.
We talked last week how I needed a haircut.
Okay.
I got a haircut.
I did.
You're behind the camera though, so you can tell everyone you got a haircut. Your haircut looks sharp.
Yeah, I did, and it looks great.
Yeah, they were at Penn State Mount Alta, and we wrestled pretty well.
Yeah, they went 3-0 on the weekend. You know, a lot of wins. I think 3 or 4 of our wrestlers went 3-0.
4 wrestlers went 3-0.
No.
You know, so I mean, and just to get them back participating, I mean, they had a pretty long layoff. Some of it was the end of the semester. Then we have a month. You know, we have a long intersession. They didn't get back on campus until I think like January 8th, 9th, 10th. So you got to give them 2 weeks to get going. But to go down Penn State Mount Alta, I mean, 4-year satellite campus at Penn State. Good competition, you know, with Thaddeus Stevens, who's part of Region 19.
Right, and we'll see them at the
Gulf Coast District qualifier. And also Garrett College.
Yes.
You know, and Garrett was
They're
the district
Gulf Coast,
They're
too?
the Gulf Coast from Western Maryland.
Yes, so they
At least Maryland has the Gulf, or has the water, not Gulf, but they have water, but not them. But Coach Chambers, you know, they were the district champ last year.
Right.
Rebuilding year, believe it or not, because a lot of his kids. But we went and competed, and to have 4 of your guys go 3-0, and to go 3-0, I mean, it's great. It's a great opportunity for our kids, and you know, I know you'll have breaking news regarding our athlete of the week, which was nice.
Well, yes. So Dylan, right?
Dylan Hogan, yes.
If he was good, so
Leave that in, too.
if Dylan is as dedicated to do what he was doing on Friday and the time and effort he put in, there's no reason. There's no doubt he had a terrific weekend. And no, I'm not surprised he went 4-0, and I'm not surprised now he's athlete of the week.
That's awesome.
Yep. So congratulations to Dylan.
Yeah.
Tom, you're going to try to talk to Dylan?
I'm going to try to, yes.
I mentioned to him yesterday that he needed to be talked to in a good way. And he said, okay. And he said, how does that happen? I was like, our SID will reach out to you.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
You know, so hopefully you hear back from him so you can talk to Dylan.
Yeah,
Dylan,
I'd like to. You know,
Dylan is a usual customer in the fitness center.
Yeah, great.
He's in there all the time. So, you know.
Dylan's had a good year. He's 8-1 overall. He's got a couple, I think 6 of those wins have been by fall. And he won all 3 of his bouts, as we mentioned, on Saturday.
And he had a tech fall, which doesn't happen often in college wrestling, you know what I mean, which is great.
And he's kind of local, right?
From East Stroudsburg.
Right, so maybe he'll have a crew will come down because they are home at the Union this weekend along with 3 other schools. Keystone.
Yep.
Bergen
Bergen County College, which Bergen's having a great year. I'll say this: they have a full squad,
right?
Which Coach Chris has been there for a number of years and doesn't always get that full squad, but this is probably one of the better programs he has. And I hear that his 184-pounder is the real deal.
Right.
So I'm looking forward to that.
Good.
And then Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute, I think it is, RPI.
Okay. We'll just say RPI.
So they're a Division I club.
Okay.
So they're a club team that's coming down for this weekend. So it's a quad. Everybody will wrestle everybody. We'll have 2 mats set up. Wrestling starts at 11. So on paper, it's 11, 12, and 1. None of the duels should really take more than an hour, and everybody should have enough rest time in between.
Yep,
but you never know. They might come with full roster. You might not have all 10 weight classes. It depends on how it goes. And then some strategy.
Yep.
If someone's going to have a forfeit versus not forfeit, just to be able to get those wins. But it'd be nice for us to get some wrestling in the gym, get them have a home match, and then it'll give us an idea. It's like a pre-meet for the NJCAA Gulf Coast districts.
Yes. We will be streaming that?
Yes.
Will it be a free stream?
That's a good question.
Because we will charge admission.
Yeah,
but I believe it will be a free stream because it won't be a full production like we normally do.
Correct.
Because
So
we'll
you're
have
not
multiple.
going to announce? I would love to see you announce.
Do you want me to kind of do like a Scott Hansen red zone thing?
On both.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Whip around show from mat to mat.
Yeah.
Right.
Hold on 1 second. Go get it out of my office. Just make sure you bring it back. Yeah. So that would be something if you did something like that.
Host it and whip around. Let's go to mat number 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that would be pretty good.
I have to talk to the big guy upstairs and see what he thinks.
I think it'll be a free stream for this.
My guess is it will be free.
Yes, and that will be on our YouTube page.
It'll be on our YouTube page, I think, but it might also be on the live page. It could be. We could do live.
However,
we could do free
wherever
streams
it's going to
there.
be, there'll be a link that you're going to post on that.
Guess what? You can go to LackawannaFalcons.com where all that information will be posted before the event.
I love LackawannaFalcons.com.
It does. It's great.
It's a great
I think we
website.
should go onto the YouTube side and then ask people to like it so we could get our subscribers up.
Let's keep it up.
Because it was once very high and then it dropped down due to some technological difficulties.
Right.
And
that were out of our control.
And let's get those back up. Let's break that 1,000 barrier again.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
All right,
Let's get there.
So best of luck to our wrestlers. They don't have to travel, so they just have to walk down the hill.
That's it.
All right, good. So wrestling, check. Maybe Dylan. Check. Do you want to take a break now, Tom?
I think we should take a break.
Take a quick break. If Dylan's going to be here, you're going to talk to him, and then we'll wrap up the show.
Come back and we'll talk basketball.
All right,
how about that?
Awesome. All right, we'll be back on the Falcons Corner. Take flight.
Imagine the innovator you could be tomorrow with an innovative education today from Lackawanna College. Our Level Up program puts high school students on an early college pathway for an easier college transition and faster degree attainment at a dramatically lower cost. That's why Fast Company named us one of the world's most innovative companies. With an education from Lackawanna College, imagine where you'll be tomorrow. This is life-changing. This is Lackawanna College. Oil and gas jobs are back. Are you looking for a life-changing experience? Lackawanna College's School of Petroleum and Natural Gas can put you on a path to a lucrative career in the production and delivery of America's energy in just 2 years. Choose from 2 degree programs or 2 certificate programs with internships that give students real-world and practical experience in the field. Lackawanna College will give you the education you need to build a career in this exciting industry. This is life-changing. This is Lackawanna College. Apply today at lackawanna.edu.
Hey, it's Tom Ferguson, Sports Information Director at Lackawanna College, and we're talking to our Lackawanna College Athlete of the Week, the first one since I've been here from the Lackawanna College Wrestling program. Dylan Hogan joining us here on the program. Dylan, how are you?
I'm doing great. How about you?
I'm doing all right. Thanks so much for making time. I know it's got to be kind of a busy week for you because you're getting back into the spring semester, syllabus week. Have you figured out your schedule and kind of parted out your time and all that?
Yeah, still kind of working it out, but well, I'm getting there.
Right. Figuring it out. We're
Yeah.
second day in here. You guys have been back for a couple days now, obviously, actually almost like a week or two. You had your competition at Penn State Mount Alto this past weekend. 3 wins in the duels. You were 3-0 in your bouts as well. You had a couple other teammates go undefeated as well. has to be kind of a frustrating season in the sense that you guys had to wait a month to get back out on the mats. But what was it like to get back out there down at Mount Alto, and how did it feel to come away with those wins?
You know, at practices, me and my teammates, we were talking about how ready we were to go out there and really hand it to those kids.
Right.
We were waiting for this moment and this opportunity.
Well, just to wrestle somebody else,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Just to see someone else in a singlet for once.
Sure.
And you guys went down there and really did a good job. You know, the bouts that you were able to be in, you wrestle at 165, correct?
Yes.
So you're in there. You had someone to face in every duel. What's kind of your mindset when you go into those matches? What do you do as a wrestler? How do you kind of prepare yourself mentally and then get into that?
Well, I've been wrestling for a while, so to deal with like nerves and stuff before the match, I try to just like be still.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's no really future, and the past is behind you. So there's only the present. So if I'm still and I'm there, I can do my work. Right,
and then that's exactly what happened. Got a couple falls, had the tech fall as well. Victory. So far 8-1 on the year. How have you felt? Have you felt like you've even improved as a wrestler as this season has gone on so far?
Oh, absolutely. Coach Barbary and the whole team, we're like a family.
Yeah.
And together we grow.
Well, and it seems like because you guys haven't had a ton of maybe duels, and you've obviously had a lot of practice time together, so you guys have probably built up a good chemistry, kind of a good relationship with each other, just from spending so much time together.
For sure.
Who is the person on the team you feel probably the closest to, or you feel like you've bonded the most with?
Well, my roommate actually, Evan Raposo.
Right.
Me and him came here together. We wrestled in high school together.
Right, from East Stroudsburg North, right?
And we both go at it all the time. We both make each other better every day.
Well, Evan's had a good start to his season too, wrestling at 149. You know, Cordell Waiters has had a good one too, and of course Shannon Core at the heavyweight spot as well for you guys. Couple matches coming up with the quad match, or the quad duels happening this weekend here at the Lackawanna Student Union. Then you've got that duel at Union, and then before you know it, it's districts. What's kind of your mindset as you head into these final, believe it or not, these final couple weekends?
I'm just going to try to take it match by match and dominate.
Just that's all it takes, right?
That's all it takes.
I mean, it's
very simple.
There's a lot of obviously technique and finesse and all that stuff in the sport, but at the end of the day, it's who's more physical in a lot of ways, right?
Always mano a mano. Anybody can beat anyone.
Right. So you're from Bushkill originally, right?
Yes.
Right, and you went to East Stroudsburg North. What are you studying here at Lackawanna College?
I'm studying business.
So what do you want to do with business?
My father actually owns a business of his own, and I plan on one day hopefully taking over and taking it all the way.
What business is that?
It's a pool store.
Okay, so like pool supplies and things like that. Interesting. Okay, so that's, you want to be a business owner. You want to be kind of own a business and run it and have that. Is wrestling something you want to continue to do even beyond here at Lackawanna College?
Hopefully, if I can get offers, I will definitely take them.
Yeah.
But right now, I'm just kind of having fun with it.
How did you get into wrestling?
My father, I was about like 6 years old.
Sure.
He was actually the coach basically my entire life, all the way up through high school.
Right.
So
you just grew up around it.
I just grew up around it.
What was it that kind of spoke to you about it, that you were like, all right, I want to do this?
That it's all like, it's a really personal sport. So the better you come at it, the better you'll be at life in general.
What was it about Lackawanna College that made you want to come here?
I saw it as like an open door, a bigger opportunity for more things in life.
Right. When you stepped into the student union here and you kind of saw the gym or whatever, did that kind of say, like, was there anything in your mind that was like, wow, I can't wait to try to wrestle in here. I hope we get that opportunity.
Absolutely. And I was hoping to bring the school together too.
Right, because it's a cool old gym, right?
Oh,
and
for sure.
And it's got a lot of history, and it's seen, you know, a lot of real wrestling and a lot of professional wrestling as well, amongst other things that have been in there. Who on the wrestling squad would you say is the most intense in practice?
I would have to say my roommate Evan Raposo.
Yeah.
Well, he's always yelling at us, making sure we're doing what we're doing.
Okay, so who's the one then that maybe after Evan's yelling at everybody, who's the one that kind of has the line that kind of brings everybody back down?
Cordell.
Does he always has something?
He's captain. We listen to him. We respect him.
Is there anybody on there that's kind of, I don't want to say the clown, but is there somebody there who kind of has the funny thing that maybe breaks everybody up every once in a while and keeps it loose?
Shannon Core.
Yeah.
Yep, our heavyweight.
What does Shannon say?
Just his actions, really.
Yeah.
He likes to beat up on us in a very gentle way.
Well, because Shannon obviously is the heavyweight. It's a big dude.
Yeah.
And so it's like probably being like pushed around by a bear sometimes.
Oh, absolutely.
What here at Lackawanna, what's kind of your go-to as far as like food is concerned at Lackawanna? Like whether it's in the CAF or here in Scranton, what's something you've discovered that's kind of been your go-to?
I love the CAF. Just the options and being able to go there after practice.
When you go into the CAF and you say, yes, it's this day, what are they serving for you?
I really like the salmon that they have.
Oh, okay. Wow. Normally we get like chicken fingers, we get like burgers and things, but the salmon. Okay. So you eat well is what you're saying.
Yes.
So you said, when you're trying to get ready for a match, you kind of focus on yourself in the present, all that. Is there music you listen to? Do you have like superstitions or anything like that when you're getting ready for a wrestling match? What's that?
Yes, I like to listen to music. Usually like rap or something, but I like to dance around.
Okay.
So people usually see me dancing around right before my match, getting ready.
Just getting loose.
Yep.
And okay, all right. How have you worked with Coach Mike at all in the weight room since you've been here, or seen him around in the weight room?
I go to the weight room every day of the week.
Yeah.
So
you'll see him occasionally?
I see him quite often.
Okay,
yes.
all right, because he says he sees you in there all the time. So
Yep.
he's happy that you're doing well, because that's all he cares about. If there's people in there working out and doing what they're supposed to do. So you got obviously the matches coming up on Saturday with Bergen and RPI and Keystone. So you'll be seeing Keystone again. And then a couple weeks from now, you'll have the district wrestling tournament. You've competed in big wrestling tournaments, obviously, with the PIAA and all that. So is there anything that's different maybe about a meet like that as opposed to a duel or even some of the smaller opens you've been in?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
How you feel? It's a lot more nerve-wracking, a lot more people.
Sure.
Feels like a lot more pressure on you.
Right.
That's when you really have to focus.
Right. So that'll be happening on February 18th here at the Lackawanna Student. I mean, it's got to feel good to at least know you're going to be home for that, right?
Oh, for sure.
So Evan, excuse me, you're not Evan, you're Dylan. You guys, it's the Stroudsburg thing.
Yep.
All right. Dylan, we appreciate your time. Thanks so much for being with us here on Falcons Corner.
Thank you.
And hopefully we'll get to talk to you, get to talk to Evan, get to talk to anybody from the wrestling team as you guys kind of move forward. And hopefully we'll be talking about national qualifying and things like that,
All right.
That's the hope. We'll be back with more in Falcons Corner. Take flight.
Welcome back to the Falcons Corner. Voice of the Falcons, Mike Rickert. The good guy they know, Danny Berg, under new contract.
He was like fixing the new haircut that he got. I can't afford to get them because there is nothing back here.
I
saw a picture. Embarrassing.
And I told Tom last week I also got my eyebrows done too.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, so I had got my eyebrows waxed and it hurt like heck.
Did it?
Oh, so bad because I was overdue, and my stylist knew that.
Okay.
So she's like, "Hold on, Rick."
How long are you supposed to go between eyebrows waxing?
Well,
what is too long?
Every time I get my hair cut, I get my eyebrows done.
Right.
Also, Tom.
Right.
It's part of the whole production. I just went longer than usual
Part of
without
his
a haircut.
contract.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I like to get my haircut maybe like every 4 weeks.
Okay.
But the longer this was past the 4 weeks.
Sure, because you had the holiday, so you had other things going on.
Had to cut it down first and then wax.
Yes, she actually combed them out and had to snip them. And then
had like a
go on
scythe.
that. Yeah, it was extremely
Because if not,
painful.
can you imagine how painful it would have been
It
otherwise?
hurts. It's the worst pain. But yeah, so I'm fresh. I feel good and stuff too.
So you're fresh. We're fresh. Tom's fresh. We're ready to go.
All right, good.
Basketball.
So, basketball. So we lost a little bit, Tom.
Yeah, listen, played
And
some good
whose fault
teams.
is that? Whose fault is it? Is it anyone's fault?
I don't think it's anybody's fault necessarily.
mine.
Listen, men's basketball
Wasn't here on
played
the show.
a team in Division. Yeah, that's probably part of it. A team in Division II. There's receiving votes. Chesapeake, who
Yep.
came in, shot the lights out last
did.
Tuesday, and then they played the number 12 team in Division I,
Right.
Monroe. And honestly, despite the loss, an 86-68 loss on the road, they played pretty tight with them through the first half,
Right.
and they held them to 3 of 15 from shooting, and they out-rebounded a much bigger Monroe Mustang squad.
Right.
But just couldn't make shots where we needed
And that's
to.
a tough. And I talked to the guys yesterday. That's a tough place.
It
That
is.
seems like a tough place to shoot. And
And-
I would say that.
It's an arena.
And
big.
let's not
Advocates are different.
let's not forget, our team last year lost by almost 40 out there,
Right.
and then a week later
Came
took
back
them to
and-
double overtime
Right.
here. So,
So maybe it's
you
different.
never really know day to day what kind
Right.
of teams are going to show up. But our guys have a very important couple games coming up here.
Right. So we got some Region 19 competition come up. So
Well,
especially
yeah.
yesterday, if maybe the results here. If not, like
Yeah.
we said, LackawannaFalcons.com to get up on that because they are playing in.
They're playing in Newark, New Jersey against the Wolverines of Essex
Right.
County.
So a big Region 19 match.
yeah.
I talked to the guys yesterday how important it is for them to try to get that number 1 seed so I can make extra money.
Yeah, number one seed.
I'm sure that's their ultimate motivation.
They're
right
like,
there.
oh, coach, you need extra money? Fine. We're going to go out and just sweep the rest of Region 19. just for
Sweep
you.
it so we can host. Makes it easier on us not having to travel. But real quick, I want to go back to the Monroe thing. I talked with Coach Gabriel yesterday, and he said it really came down to depth, and that they have, when they hit their bench, they still have 3 guys that are 6'8".
Right.
Yeah.
And he said that, experiencing that and then now not having to play them again for almost 3.5 weeks when they come here
Right.
will make the difference.
Yeah.
So I applaud Coach Gabriel for that positive outlook
Yep.
and being willing to play Chesapeake. And then obviously
yeah.
Essex, the first game of the season with them was difficult. But we also have Orange.
Yeah.
And their number of 4 in the country right now?
Right, and that's
So
Thursday.
that's
Yep.
all going to prepare him for that Region 19 championships, where even if we don't get the 1 seed,
Right.
we're going to be dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because we're playing
kept all his
people.
guys, and that doesn't always happen. And,
Yeah.
And the Chesapeake thing, that was just a tough, long
Yeah,
day.
that was a winnable game, and it just kind of slipped away and stuff
Yeah.
too. And then it was let's not get into the whole. They were here. They came 8 hours late. And
Right,
the game
yeah.
didn't start at 3 in the morning, and I was tired, and everyone else was waiting around tired, and
Right.
so. But the Essex game was not being streamed last night, so
No.
I didn't watch it,
Nope.
obviously. But
So
they did do something.
A basketball
But
game is
Orange
played.
probably will have a stream, I'm guessing.
We'll see. But
Fingers crossed.
guess where you can go if they do have a stream?
The.com.
The.com.
Yes.
LackawannaFalcons.com?
The.com.
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 All right.
So our women are also at Essex yesterday.
Yes.
They've already played. Mm-hmm. And they are playing Thursday back here at the Union against Northampton.
Yes, they are.
You and Steve Young on the call.
That's right.
5
5
o'clock
p.m.
tip-off.
Yep. Nice crossover.
Yes.
Oh.
Mr. Scheduler.
Is it 5? Okay. I thought it was 6. It's 5?
I think 5.
I think it's 5. You think you're right.
I could be wrong, though.
No, but it's against Coach Terry Bomar.
Yeah, former assistant
Former
to Coach Whittington,
assistant
so
here.
it'd be nice having him back at the Union.
Yeah.
But, if we recap the women a little bit from last week, they did lose to... No, did we beat Chesapeake?
They beat Chesapeake.
They beat Chesapeake, which was good because they were late. To no fault of their own.
No, they had some transportation issues. The bus decided for its tire to just go.
Yes.
That was it. And they just got here. It was a little bit later than they
We
expected.
can thank them for free dinner, though, because, Mr. Larson provided dinner for everybody.
We did.
Mike, we almost sent you out there to inflate the tires.
We
So-
almost left.
I had to put
go,
a little air in my tire this morning,
We
Tom. I
almost
wasn't
grabbed
happy
some
about it.
vans to go and
Yes,
get them.
my idea was let's just go
needed.
pick up people. Let's pick them up and let's go.
And he thought I left when he walked into my office and said the coordinates of where they were on 476. But
They
anyway.
had a nice win against Chesapeake, and
Yeah.
then they traveled out to Monroe and had not so nice loss.
Yeah, didn't shoot well. Monroe outscored them 32-13 in the second quarter, and they shot 66%
Right.
in that quarter. Monroe's bigger, similar to the men's team. Monroe's deep as well. They play a lot of girls.
Division I basketball is different.
Right.
Yep.
You know,
So
it's the reality of it.
And if you're not shooting well, it's tough to kind of stay in those kinds of games. So they battled, and I think we'll see. Hopefully, this is a team in Essex that they beat already this year, so
Yep.
we'll see how they do. And then you get Northampton, who's always a pretty good Division III school, and again, that's a little bit of a rivalry,
It is.
even with a crossover in division. And
Right.
we'll see kind of where they measure up.
Right. And then where are we at on Saturday?
Nothing.
Nothing on Saturday.
No.
Nobody's doing anything on Saturday,
on Saturday.
except
Man.
we're just wrestling. That's
just
it.
focusing on
It was their
wrestling.
bye week built into the schedule.
All right, good.
And then when we were building the schedule at the time, we were looking to add. We had a women's game
Right,
scheduled, but that went by the wayside probably back in September. And then the men, we never had anything scheduled. You know, it was just kind of
Well,
one of
good.
those
They had the
things.
weekend off.
Yeah,
You know, 'cause
deservedly
it wasn't going to
so.
be here, obviously, because of wrestling.
Which is why we were able to plug in some wrestling.
Awesome. Fantastic. All right. Great show today.
It was. And before we go,
Yes.
we can add two things. Two former men's basketball coaches here.
Okay.
Just a keynote on that. Bucknell women's basketball team stopped in
Right.
for a practice on Friday with Coach Trevor Woodruff on their way up to Holy Cross, and he was walking around the gym. He's experienced being in this gym because he's still local.
Right.
But it was still cool to have that, to have him here
Yep.
and willing. And he was, you know, talking with Tom, I know, for a little bit, and
Yep.
Eric, and you know, just kind of what the hoops he had to go through playing at the Troop Civic Center when he was the coach here.
Right.
And they still went to the national tournament.
Yep.
You know, so it doesn't matter where you're playing or practicing, everybody, you know. But it was cool to have him here. And then actually who followed him, I believe, Ricky Cabrera, who had coached here and won a couple region championships, left here, went Division I, assistant coach,
Right.
bounced around. But he landed at Tallahassee Community College last year. This is his second season. And they just beat the NJCAA #1 team in the country.
Nice.
Over the weekend. I think it was Chipola.
Okay.
And they moved up. They're ranked #3 in the country. Cool. And I saw Coach Cabrera was named Hoop Dirt's NJCAA Coach of the Week yesterday.
Good.
So it's cool that we have that lineage of our coaches, I think basketball-wise
Yep.
in particular,
Right.
at some of these places. Mike Nettie, who came after Rick, is he's a first or second chair assistant at Ohio State. Raru Archer, who is an assistant on the men's side and then head coach for a brief, is at Sam Houston State. So I think we talk about our athletes moving along
Right.
a lot, but it's
Our coaches
in
too.
the last week, just having Trevor here and then still following Bucknell and then seeing what Ricky's doing and,
Right.
and things like that. I just think that it proves that our coaches are doing things right
Yep.
too,
Yep.
which is pretty cool.
Let's wrap up the show.
Sounds good.
All right, good. You know where to get all the information?
Yeah.
The.com.
Yep.
LackawannaFalcons.com. Yep, and all the other good stuff's on there. Tom, terrific job. Good luck cutting this up, though. 'Cause
Yeah,
we
this is
made
gonna
some
be
extra
fun.
work for you.
You're welcome.
All right, we'll see you next week on the Falcons Corner. Take flight.